Hi, y'all. Y'all want to do a corner to corner? I haven't done one of those in a long time. The formula I'm using today is called a 3 and 2. Give me a second, I'm going to show you how that works. Make a slip knot, any old way you make a slip knot. Put on your hook. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go into that third chain from the hook and make a double crochet. Double crochet in the next 2. And this is why we call it a 3 and 2. 3 double crochets and a chain 2 at the end. And that's your first row. Row 1 is done. Again, we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 2. Double crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And if you have something that sort of looks like a little heart shape, you're doing it right. But can't let that last. I'm kidding. Turn that over. So you'll be working right into that first chain 2 you made. Slip into that, chain 2. So there's our 2. Now we're going to do 3 double crochets into that same space. You know what? That's going to drive me bonkers. You know what my daughter told me one time? I told her, that's going to drive me crazy. And she said, I could have walked that far. I know, I love my kid. I don't know where she got that smart aleck attitude. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what to do. Skip 2. Go into the third. Double crochet in the next 2. Okay, now what we want is to make the top of this stitch line up with the chain from the previous row. Slip in there and chain 2. You see where the 3 and 2 comes from? 3 double crochets and a chain 2. We're gonna 3 double crochets all in that chain 2 space. And when you're going in the right direction, the top of this stitch would line up with the stitch you want to go into. Slip into there, chain 2. And you guessed it, 3 double crochets. 2 and 3. And since we're on an outer edge, we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This stitch is so versatile. You can do a lot of things with it. For example, if you just wanted to continue on like we're doing, you could do the whole blanket and make it a great big giant square. Okay, see how it turned out here? We want to align the top of this stitch with the chain 2. So you have to turn it. For myself, for this one, I am going to make a gift for a friend. She's getting married. And I am only going to use this corner to corner piece for the center section of the blanket. It's going to get fancy from there. I like to, when I'm making a blanket that's going to have a lot of colors to it, always use all of your colors that you're going to use throughout the blanket in the center section. So it kind of cross-pollinates the color. And I'm making this in her wedding colors. They're purple, green, and black. I know, right? And it's on Halloween. It's close to Halloween. So I think that's going to be real fun. On the outer edge, make 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 2. Double crochet in the next 3. 2 and 3. Make the top of this stitch line up with where you want to be. So you turn it, turn your work, and slip into that stitch, or that, that chain 2 space. Chain 2. See, every cluster that you make is sitting up to accept the next row. And we're only going to do those chain 5s on the outer edge until we start wanting to decrease. And let me get done with this row, and I'll show you how to work a decrease. Top of the stitch lines up with where you want to be. Slip there, chain 2. Do 3 double stitches. Right there. Top of your stitch lines up with that chain 2 space. Slip into there, chain 2. 3 double crochets. Now let's start the decrease. Slip into that edge, but instead of going on and completing that stitch, at the point where we slip into that last stitch that we want to make, we turn, and we're going to slip stitch up the side until we get to that chain 2 space. And then we're going to slip into there too. See how that works? Chain 2, 3 double crochets into that chain 2 space. There we go. And still we're looking at the top of that stitch lining up with where we want to be. Slip in there, chain 2, 3 double crochets. And you see how we're decreasing now? How it's starting to square up? Three stitches. Slip into the chain 2. Chain 2 for the next row, 3 double crochets. Now we're going to start our decrease for this side as well. Slip into the space and turn your work. We're going to slip up the side. 1, 2, 3, and then slip into the chain space, chain 2. One, 2, 3. See how that's working out? And I usually use the 3 and 2 method, but there are so many other ways to do it. You can do like 5 and 2, and there's so many ways. Just experiment with it, play around with it, it's yours. I saw one that used like a 5 and 2, and it gave a very wavy, textured look. But that's what I would consider a very hot, heavy blanket. I am a lady of a certain vintage, and most of the time I don't want to be too hot. We're going to slip up the side. 1, 2, 3. Slip into our chain space. Chain 2. 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Slip into that next chain space. Look at there. we've made a square. Now if you really want that corner sharp, let's go ahead and slip up to the corner. Sounds like we're up to something, doesn't it? Let's slip up to the corner. What y'all doing at the corner? I ain't telling. See how that sharpened up your corner a little bit? This particular pattern rarely needs blocking at all. I guess it depends on what you use, but I've never had to block a C2C. There you go. Thanks for joining me, and I will have my bigger project that I'm working on, and you know how I do, I'll put it over one of the stories. So, I'll see you next time. Thanks, y'all.